Hey, what's up? It's Nick Hook. I'm here today with the TP-7 from Teenage Engineering. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up? It's Nick Hook. It's Nick Hook. It's Nick Hook. It's Nick Hook. I'm here today with the TP-7 from Teenage Engineering. Let's go. What's good, y'all? As you can see, we back at it. We live and direct from Medellin, Colombia. We're gonna go over the new firmware update for the TP-7 today, adding a whole bunch of features. It's exciting, it's insane, it's misunderstood. As always, we're gonna go through all those things. Subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, support in whatever way feels good for you. All those links are below, and let's dive right in. We're here today with the TP-7, misunderstood device, maybe less once all these new firmware upgrades come. I'm loving it personally. It's very versatile. Like all the teenage stuff, there's a lot of surprises and fun to be had. So let's kind of get right into it. We're gonna go over what's good. So, we have a little platter, scratch away. We got our rocker that can fast forward and rewind, volume knob, power on the top, mode button on the side, plus minus, record, play, stop, up, down, and memo. So there's a lot here. We got our 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch on the front, and right now we're in TP to TX6 mode, where they're USB together. So if you look closely on our TX6, it says TP. We're kind of looking at this thing like a field recorder, a 2-inch tape machine that's not maybe it's 2 inches because it's that small, but and then some sort of alien instrument, like think the looper on the OB4, but with a bigger platter. So now let's get into some of our buttons. So on the left-hand side, we have a mode button. So we hit it once, we get an ear. We hit it twice, we get some tape. So on my ear side, I got a bunch of tracks. And on the other side, hey, yo. I got all kinds of stuff that we're gonna go through. Recordings, 12-channel stereo recordings, voice recordings, all kinds of different things that have been a lot of fun for me to kind of bring to my ultimate setup, which later in the video, click there if you want to fast forward. We'll have 2 KOs, a couple OP1s, and we're going to multi-track out. So let's go. Okay, so let's get into the playback button. So right now I got a track on my library side, and we're going to hit play once to start the playback. If you want to hit reverse, you hit it again. And if you hit stop, it's going to stop exactly where you are, and you could come back to it. And if you hit stop twice, we're going to re-up to the beginning. So on our browse skip side, we're going to hit plus and minus to go through our tracks. Right now we're on the library side, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's kind of cool because it's immediate. So if you hit play right away, and if you hold down, you're going to go through them automatically. And then if we hold down stop and hit plus and minus, we're going to go through our folders. So I got some drums in here. Follow me. And if we go on to our recorded side, same thing. Baby crying.
Dios mío, pero ¿por qué?
Mommy talking. So, same thing. We hit play.
Dios mío.
We're going to go through them in order. If we hit stop, up and down, we're going to go by date. So now I'm holding down stop, pressing up and down. So May 9th, 16th, 17th, 23rd. And we're up to today.
Yo, what's good?
Yo, what's good?
Yo, what's good?
Yo, what's good?
What's good? It's Nick Hook.
I'm here today. You follow me. All right, so we got our counter button. So right now I have a song from my library. So if we hold stop and press memo, it's going to tell me we got 2 minutes, 26 seconds left. And it's going to count it down from the other way. So if we go again, we up to 3 seconds. Pretty simple, you get the idea. If you have a long voice recording or a memo from something, kind of see how far you are if you want to skip through it. We got our rocker to skip fast. You follow me? So if you want to delete it, you hold down record and press minus.
So if you want to delete it,
You hit, oh shit.
you hold down record and press.
So we're gonna hold down record, press minus. The wheel's gonna come up with the X and delete. We're gonna say yes, hit enter, and it's gone. File info. So if you want to check out the information on your file, we're gonna hold down stop and press the mode button. So right now it says NICU plus Tasso, bubbling 160, 226, July 2nd, 2024, when I put it on there. 4416, it's a WAV file. It doesn't say the BPM, and it tells us it's in stereo. So that's how we're gonna check out the information of our file. And if we do it on the other side, on the recorded side, let's see what we got.
Memo.
Let's see what we got.
Hey, what's up?
That's me from earlier. Number 2, 6 seconds long, July 5th, 4824. They're trying to say it's 126 beats per minute, but it's my voice. But maybe it is, Okay, so now we got over some of our basics. So now let's kind of get into some of the cool stuff. We got our up and down button on the side, and those are gonna bring us into our utilities. So we have Q, loop, speed, and mix. So if you hold down the top button, you're gonna see Q and loop come up. So I'll spin my wheel and we could select Q or loop. And on the bottom, same thing, you hold it down and I can select between speed and mix. So right now I'm gonna leave it on speed and I'm gonna leave it on loop. So those are my preferred kind of where I like to leave it, so I can loop fast, chop and screw it, move it around. And then if I want to move to Q or mix, I'll do that. But right now, let's start and demonstrate with loop. So let's speed up a little bit. Let's get some beats going. So we got our loop engaged. So we're gonna hold down record to engage the loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So now we're gonna use our plus and minus. When they come out of the loop, we're gonna hit record again. There's a lot to be fun to be had. Let's switch over to the recorded side, and I'm just gonna record something fast and you can see the same thing.
I'm just gonna record something fast and you can see that.
And so now that we got that, we're gonna go over some semi-pro tips. Right now we have our delay on the aux1 engaged on the TP. So basically, if you hit your loop right now, I can infinitely kind of play with the wheel and it's never gonna go anywhere. So same with the rocker. And so we got our plus and minus to zoom in or out. So that's pretty cool. Alright gang, let's get into the Q mode. So we're gonna hold the top button down, spin the wheel, Q. I'm gonna bring up a track with my man Tasso. So there's our one right there. So we're gonna hit record and plus to add our first one. So let's speed up a little bit to when it drops. So there's our drop, so we're gonna add another one. So we're gonna hit record plus and get our second. And so you can set a bunch of them in a row if you wanted. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, we got our speed going on. So for me, it's been a really good way to just, you know, kind of, again, either organize where you are or just start adding cue points and then playing it from there. Kind of a trick from CDJs and stuff like that. So also, if you're in record mode and you have a song, you could put a cue point here and a cue point here per se, like it was the verse or the chorus, and then you could punch in and hit that. And then when the next cue point comes, it's going to punch you out. That's a cool feature that I think is useful, especially if you're really going to track out with this thing, which I kind of been. That's our cue mode. And it's easily switchable with the loop if you see me right now. So we got our speed and mix, we got our cue and loop. So let's keep it moving. Questions? Leave them in the comments. All right, so moving right along, we're going to get into our loop mode, which if you've used an O before, you'll be familiar to this. It's kind of, if you're on the KO, it's kind of similar. So I'm going to bring up a track, another one with my man Tasso. Shout out to my Tech Life crew, RIP Rash, DJ Rashad. We're here with you right now, sending it up. So I'm going to explain what I'm going to do first, and then I'm going to do it. So we're gonna drop our track. So we got in our loop, and so loop's on. We can engage by hitting the button on or off. And I'm gonna hold record for the loop I want, and then when I want to punch out, I'm gonna let go. So I'll grab the second bar, hopefully. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so we got our loop, right? So we're at 1 time. That's what we did. So half. So, you know, we're in there. We'll get back out. Small. And the cool thing is when you have your loop, you could go crazy on the wheel of the rocker because it's not going to go outside of there. So right now, I just got a little piece, but I can like, and then also, it's going to catch it back for you. And then our speed. Come back out. And then, you know, we got our big delay. So that's kind of how I've been looping. If you hit it again, you could set your in point and out point one more time, in and out. You can make it shrink, kind of like the OP1, when, you know, on the drum thing. So there's a lot of, you know, cross teenage language here that I've, like, you know, picked up on as I've been playing it more. So to get out of our loop, we just hit it again and we out. Get back up to speed. Let's do it one more time, you know? And that's our loop function. Let's go. Okay, y'all, let's get into our speed button. We're going to hold the down button, and we can choose between speed and mix. We're going to hit speed. See a ruler come up. Let me bring this back up a little bit. Bring it down. Bring it back up. Bring it back down. The wheel's going to click, so you can kind of feel when you're back to 0. If we hit mode again, you see the subdivisions, so you can zoom in slower. Get that automatic chopped and screwed. Bring it back to 0. Bring it back to coarse. And if I hold the plus and minus buttons down, I can kind of do a pitch bend. And let's do that on the voice side real quick. Now we can record a chopped and screwed vocal. Now we can record a chopped and screwed vocal. Now we can record a chopped and screwed vocal. Now we can record a chopped and screwed vocal. Now we can record a chopped and screwed vocal. Now we can record a chopped and That's our speed. Okay, let's get into our mix. Same thing, hold the down button, spin the wheel, we're in mix. So we got 6 tracks on this recording, and you can see it's 0 to 100. So I got my 6 tracks over here, and I'm gonna show you how to adjust the volume in here. So right now, track 1, just brought down my kick. If you hit the mo button, you can mute it. You see a little X when you mute it. That's our mix, super simple. Let's keep it moving. Okay, let's get to our memo section. Very simple. We're gonna hit the top right, memo, we're recording the memo.
Top right, memo, we record. Wait, memo.
Who the fuck is memo anyway?
Who the fuck is memo anyway?
So if you wanna hit pause in your recording, you know, say you're doing a long recording, you know, type something and you wanna pause in between, we're gonna hold down the mode button while we're holding down the memo button. So it's gonna be like this, I'm recording, gonna hit pause, holding it down, gonna hit pause and bring it back, y'all.
So it's gonna be like this, I'm recording. Bring it back.
Simple, that's our memo section. All right, so let's get into our recording section. As you can see, we've zoomed out. We got all the gear set up. I'm gonna take you through how everything's working right now, and then we'll do some recording. Okay, let's go. Wiki. All right, so we got our recording section. So I have basically my TP-7 USB'd up to the TX6. So once you have that going, it's gonna read every single channel you have going through the TX6. So if we hit record once, it says new 5 tracks. So if we hit it again, you could see on the TX6, it says select tracks. And on the TP-7, we got like 5 little cables. So if I select 1, we got track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like I said, I left 1 blank. So we got 2 KOs in 2 and 3. And then 4 and 5, we got the OP1. So let me get some music going on each one of them. And then we're going to record that. So actually, you know, why don't we record just getting it all up live? And I could kind of show you like how I really enjoy using it. So we're just going to drop right in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We at 113. So I'm going to program up. Let's see here. All live, baby. Pure live, improving. So as you can see, we just, you know, went off into the deep end for a little bit, jammed for about 1 minute, 55 seconds. So we're gonna cut all that, kill all that, bring all that down, and let's see. Here it comes back, starting off with our So as you can see on all our channels, we have, you know, each of our elements. So if I just want to hear that KO, it's right there. Bring in the other OP1s. filter, playback. Hit our loop section. So if you hit stop and record, there's some options. So we hit stop and record. We have our volume for our click track. We have our beats per minute. We have our count in, on or off, if you want to get a count in. And we have an auto, off or on. And that's basically if the music hits a certain threshold that it automatically starts recording. As you can see, pretty much playback, run back, bring it in, and then send it back to the computer. So that's just a little rundown of our recording. Okay, let's get to our memo section. Very simple. We're gonna hit the top right, memo, we're recording the memo.
Top right, memo, we record wait, memo.
Who the fuck is memo anyway?
Who the fuck is memo anyway?
So if you wanna hit pause in your recording, you know, say you're doing a long recording, you know, type something and you wanna pause in between, we're gonna hold down the mode button while we're holding down the memo button. So it's gonna be like this, I'm recording, gonna hit pause, holding it down, gonna hit pause and bring it back, yo.
So it's gonna be like this, I'm recording, bring it back,
Simple, that's our memo section. Okay, let's get to our menu section. So we're gonna hold down the mode button and it's gonna lead us right into our menu section. Here's jacks, you hit enter and you could do your inputs, your outputs in the headset. We got, remember, 3 stereo inputs on the top. So now we're gonna get to our source. We have auto, we have digital, and we have manual. Play. I really like the loop feature. Sometimes you want it to play and stop. Sometimes you want it to like loop back around to the end if you rewind it. So you have all those available in the play feature. BLE. You go in, we turn our accept on, scan, great for using with the TX6 or the OP1 field. That's Bluetooth. Audio through. So basically, when activated, configured inputs are always routed to the main output. And when a USB is connected to the computer, inputs are also sent to the USB outputs, which is good. And USB inputs are routed to line outputs if jacks are configured as outputs. Memo. Very simple, high quality, standard quality. With all that storage space, why not go high quality, baby? Mic. Important one here. Compressor on or off. They say on for vocal and close things and off for like louder concerts type things. I've had good luck leaving it on. I haven't got to the case where off has been like as present as I wanted it. So, but I'm still learning. So if y'all have different experiences, I'd like to hear about those in the comments. So let me give you a quick example of the compressor on and off with the magical LAUREL on vocals. This is with it off. So it's a lot quieter. It's still usable, but I feel like I would have to go into the computer and maybe use something to jack it up, but check it out. So that's now with it on, which is a lot louder and more present and really off the bat more usable. So here you go.
Yo no necesito de mucho, solo necesito un bosquecito.
As you can see, it's a lot more present. And if I want to just get in.
Para arrullarme, yo no necesito de mucho, no, 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 no.
As you can see, we'll get to that later, but you could cook up real quick. Rate. So right now we're at 48K, and that gives me 6 stereo tracks to match with the TX6, which is one of the things that, like, you know, I think is most magical. And if you move up to 96, which is high quality, you can use 3 stereo tracks. You know, depends who you talk to, what the frequencies you use are, but to have them available is a good thing. Name. So we go into name, and you can name your files anything you want. Simple. Record. So here we can set our metronome on, our tempo, or our counting. Then we got our system menu where you can change your LEDs, the speaker, the sound effects, kind of get in there and tune it. I'll be leaving mine on, my wheel on when I'm recording and playing back, but if you want to save your wheel, but I always feel like when I'm recording it feels good, and obviously when you're playing back, because when I'm recording it makes me feel like I'm recording, you know, you see it turning, and then when I'm playing back, because I kind of look at it like two different instruments, you feel me? Disc. That's when it's going to tell you how much space you've used. We're 3%. We got a lot to go, a lot in front of us. Battery, hit enter. We got 52%. We're doing good right now. That's going to conclude the system utilities section. Amor.
Amor,
Yo, what's good? Where you at?
nada, aquí tomando el solecito.
The baby's crying, and I was trying to finish this outro for the video, but I'm kind of over it.
Ven,
Meet you at the river?
deja eso ya, deja eso, ven, ven con la niña.
All right, perfect. I'll be right there. See you later. I love you.
Bueno, chao.
Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows the cradle away.